Now folks, the photo we're going to be taking a look at in this video is an Apollo 11 LEM supposed to be just landed on the moon. Yes, there you are folks, a photo that we're going to be proving that it's the most ridiculous photo throughout the whole of the Apollo program. Now if you look at the number on this photo, it's AS11-40-5863-69. Okay, now that 69 is important. Now folks, does any of you know the reason for that -69 on the end of that photo number? There's no other photo in Apollo that's got it. Only that one. And I can tell you why it's there. Now the story behind this photo is one of their photo staff named Engerville. NASA are admitting that this photo is a composited photo made up by this Engerville. He just wanted to satisfy his curiosity as to what the LEM would look like on the moon. So he took bits of this one, bits of that one, put them all together to make up a complete photo. Totally ridiculous, because if he wanted to see what the LEM looked like on the moon, wouldn't Neil have taken a photo if they went to the moon? Why didn't he just look at that one? Or are they trying to admit they haven't got one of Neil taking such a photo? Total ridiculous, trying to cover their tracks because too many, like the brilliant expat Taffy, noticed that that photo was 100% fake, folks. Now, that cock and bull story, if that Engerville made it up just for fun, ask yourself, why have they got it in their photo gallery? It shouldn't be there, should it? No. There should only be genuine photos in that gallery. Total lies from NASA again, folks. And you can see the reason for it when I expose all the errors in this photo. Now, what you're going to get here, folks, from the Nutters Cornelius crew, Joan Evans and her other sock puppet Phase 52 is outdated crap that's been disproved years and years ago. Well, it's not outdated crap. It hasn't been disproved. Now, what I'm going to start with, folks, is show you this photo again, and then I'll show it again with it brightened up a bit, and then again with it brightened up more. And you tell me if you've ever seen a photo that looks so damn ridiculous as this photo when it's brightened up. Take a look at some different stages of brightness with this photo, folks. Here's the photo as it is shown in their gallery. Okay, here it is, one full setting of brightness. Wow, folks, look at that with 2 full settings of brightening up. Anybody ever seen a photo so ridiculous? And there's a lot more to come. Now folks, take a look at the bottom crop section. How the hell is some parts of these black shadows brightened up to orange, and some parts of the shadows haven't brightened up at all? Very, very strange, don't you think? Okay folks, the first thing I want you to notice with this photo here is it's been photoshopped, and photoshopped in 2008. Take a look at it. There you are folks, there's the first thing to notice about this photo. It's been photoshopped, and photoshopped in 2008. Now, the numbskulls, Cornelius crew, Joan Evans and Brian Pop Robson states, that doesn't mean anything. Photoshop doesn't mean the photo's fake or anything, you stupid idiot. Well, we'll see. Let's see what else this photo has got to offer, shall we? Now, like I said, I analysed this photo about 6 years ago. And as I mentioned, I can discover around about 18 anomalies in this photo. And let me say now, I can assure you they are not errors. They are all deliberate whistleblowers' clues. Some of you will be asking, as usual, well, why am I doing it again? Well, like I said, it's because of new discoveries. What I have discovered in this photo here now, folks, is a brand new clue. It's in the landscape, folks. A clue that's in the landscape, and it's in just about 80% of Apollo photos. Okay, folks, What you can see I've done with this photo here, I've inserted 4 pink arrows on the left bottom corner. What we're going to be looking at here is 4 suspicious shadows. Now, just remember, before they claimed they landed on the moon, the only objects that could cast a shadow would be rocks. Okay? Well, we've got 4 shadows here we are going to closely examine. Okay, folks. Now, just remember, before they claimed they landed on the moon, there is only one thing that can cast a shadow on the moon, and that is a rock. There was nothing else there. And bearing in mind, you cannot have a rock without a shadow, and you cannot have a shadow without an obstructing object, such as a rock. Okay? You've got to have the 2 together or nothing. Now, what I'm going to show you here is something else I missed 6 years ago, and that is the direction of light. Let's take a look at these shadows here, and just remember, all shadows by NASA are shown as black. So what we've got here is considered to be a shadow. Let's take a closer look at them, shall we? Okay, folks, look what we've got here now. A bird perched on the back of an armadillo. Here you are, slightly enlarged for you to get a better look. Now, folks, there's one case of earth animals or creatures being put into this photo. There is more coming up. But let me tell you, I'm going to show you now something I really missed 6 years ago when dealing with this before, and that is light direction. A clue that definitely means it's deliberately inserted by the whistleblowers. Okay, folks, here is something very important that I missed 6 years ago. Now, the top arrow shows the light direction for this Apollo 11 photo. Okay, it's going from right to left. Now, this object, this black object, which is supposed to be a shadow, there's nothing at point A to cast that shadow, because that's where an object would have to be, with the light going the direction of arrow A. That's the point where the object would have to be. But an object in that position could not cast a shadow the shape of what we've got here, a bird on the back of an armadillo, because that is a side shadow, a side view. And to create such a shadow, an object would have to be at the point B and the light going in the direction of arrow B. Impossible. Now look at this one, folks. Just remember, the sun is supposed to be going from right to left. Now this shadow here, what's casting it? There's nothing to the right of it. And if you look at it carefully, it's a round body, it's a long small tail, and it's got a snout, and it's got a little paw at the front. It's the image of a rat. And for those who disagree, let me ask you, show me the object that's casting the shadow, because there is none. Okay, folks, let's take a look at 2 more Earth creatures, shall we? One very interesting. It must be a clue to them saying they landed in the Sea of Tranquility, because one clue happens to be a seahorse. There you are, folks. Now just remember what I said. This photo was photoshopped in 2008. And just remember what I said about you can't have a shadow without an obstructing object. And just remember what I said, the light here is going from right to left. But there's nothing obstructing that black shadow, the top arrow. And look what it looks like. It looks like a seahorse. It's got hairs down the back. You can see a very faint white eye. You can see a long snout like a seahorse has got. And you can see big fat lips on the end of that snout like a seahorse has got. Very appropriate considering they claim they landed in the Sea of Tranquility. Now folks, that was the first time that the brilliant expat Taffy discovered whistleblowers' clues in the shape of animals or creatures. But there are more, and I've shown you hundreds since that. But there's another one in this photo. let's take a look at another section of it, shall we? There you are, folks. There's that photo again, showing it's photoshopped in 2008. Now, look at the bottom arrow. I've got an arrow I've inserted at the bottom, and I've chosen pink to make it easy for Birdie Slack to recognise it. I wonder what's on the end of that arrow, folks. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Wow, look what we've got here, folks. We've already had 4 shadows, the shape of animals, and we've got one here that's the shape of another animal, a cat. And if you examine this closely, the detail you've got is he's got a head, he's got ears, he's got a nose, he's got a mouth, he's got a chin, he's got a neck, and examining that neck, it's even got an Adam's apple on it. He's got front paws sticking forward, he's lying on the ground, and he's got a tail hanging behind along the ground. Now, what we've had from the nutter Birdie Slack is this is caused by a rock. Well, as I've shown you before, the light is supposed to be going from right to left here, so we can't create a shadow like that. That's a side shadow. It would have to be coming from us across it. And that stupid idiot tried to debunk it by saying nobody else noticed the cat. To which I replied, and nobody else noticed the rat, and nobody else noticed the bird on the back of an armadillo, and nobody else noticed the seahorse, and nobody else noticed the mongoose. The other Australian idiot, Chisel, thinks this is genuine and taken on the moon. Let me give you a better look at it, brightened up. Here you are, folks. Here's that crop section, brightened up. 3 full settings. And from what we had was nothing but black shadows. Initially, we've now got about 5 different shades of shadows. Now you won't get that with normal, genuine photos, folks. And it's obvious you can see the shape of the cat. The body, the neck, the head, the ears, the front paws and the tail at the back. This is how the person made the photo, then darkening it down, they all became black, the same colour. There you are, folks. What you've got here is the cat, and to the left of that you've got a metal ring or bowl, which, as I've shown you, despite this being Apollo 11, it's also under the Apollo 12 lem, proving that they are both the same. And to the right, the blue text and the pink arrow, we've got a spring-loaded door latch, and I'll show you that zoomed up now. There you are, folks. There's that metal ring or dish in Apollo 12. We've got that in Apollo 11 and Apollo 12. Obviously, the stage hands setting up, the stage setup didn't clear up between the filming of 11 and 12. There you are, folks. Here's what you've got stuck in the soil there is a spring-loaded door latch. You can see the flat plate, the rectangular plate. You can see the round barrel, which contains the plunger and the spring, and you can see one of the 2 screw holes. A spring-loaded door latch, folks. Well, what do you think of that so far, folks? Any of you convinced that this photo is genuine and taken on the moon? Because the nutters, Joan Evans, Australia, and Cornelius Crew, they all swear 100% that this photo is genuine and was taken on the moon by Neil Armstrong. Okay, take a look at that photo here now. Look at all these arrows. All them arrows are pointing to errors on the photo. But what we are going to be concerned with in this photo is the 5 arrows, the top right-hand corner around the light. Now, what those arrows are pointing to is wires, support wires, coming from the center of that light. Support wires that's holding up the massive floodlit mast. And the next photo, I'll show you the mast. There you are, folks. There's the floodlight mast that idiots like Cornelius Crew, Brian Pop Robson, and Joan Evans all think is the sun. And I'll give you a better look at it now, the next photo. There you are, folks. There's that floodlight mast, showing the light at the top, but what you can see coming off the sides are the support wires. Okay, folks, that's what's holding this tall mast up. Now, what you can find is them support wires are in that photo with the LEM, and I'll show you them now. There you are, folks. Look what you can see here. That Apollo 11 LEM photo, emanating from the light up in the top right-hand corner, you can see a number of sets of wires, the support wires for that vast floodlight mast. They are in sets of 5. Now, when I put this to these NASA numbskulls 6 years ago, the twat who was always speaking through his astrogrant said, they are light rays from the sun. I said, hey, stupid, these lines are in sets of 5. He said, the sun's rays do come in sets of 5. You can see why that stupid prat has gone and left YouTube, can't you? Well, folks, what do you think of that so far? Any of you convinced that that photo is genuine and taken on the moon? Now, that was going to be the end of this video, but I just had a sudden thought. I've got to deliver a present here for the Aussie idiot, the Wicked Witch Joan Evans. Recently, she done a video attacking the brilliant expat Taffy. She tried to discredit me over gear that had sheets thrown over it. Now, I'll show you the photo she started off with her video. Here it is coming up. Here you are, folks. Here's the first photo Joan Evans used in her video. A photo that shows Buzz Aldrin erecting the solar wind instrument. But Joan Evans cheated in this photo, folks. She darkened it to prevent you seeing real evidence of fakery. The two lights on the left are spotlights, but the grey shaded area around between them spotlights and the LEM is a lens flare. But look at the pink arrow, it's pointing to something on the LEM. What that is the gear, the Mesa gear, unloaded. You see it, Joan? It's unloaded. Now, what Joan Evans don't want you to see, you folks, is that unloaded gear in the photo we have already dealt with. Let's go back to the photo we've already dealt with, shall we? There you are, folks. There's another essential piece of evidence that this is fake. It's just a stage setup. Buzz Aldrin hasn't come out of the LEM yet, and all that gear on the side is unloaded. Well, what about that, Joan Evans? No wonder you didn't start off with this photo, isn't it? Now tell us, Joan, who unloaded the gear? Joan, come on. Well, look what we got here. Joan Evans' old friend, the little pink flamingo. Not a cart in the footpath of the LEM, but a little pink flamingo. Now, come on, Pinky. Never mind saying hello to your mama. How about saying hello to your biggest fan, Joan Evans?
Oh, hello, Joan. I've got good news for you. I'm so brilliant. I can stand on my 2 legs, and I can even stand on 1 leg. But when it comes to the brilliant expert Happy Joan,